Get kids talking using academic language in 3 easy steps. This is one of the most critical things we can do to prepare our children for the workforce and for social life. This will help give them an edge in nearly any experience that they will encounter in the future, and it will help them further develop their understanding of course materials. The first step is to train kids to use bounce cards. Bounce cards are cards that are kept at each student's desk. Students must use the bounce cards when speaking during any content area. At first, they can be generic, have different categories like agree with speaker, disagree with speaker, question speaker, or add more to what the speaker is saying. Sentence frames can be things like, I disagree with what you said about blank because blank. So students are learning how to respectfully and politely share their point of view as well as disagree with others. They're also learning how to get clarification when they don't understand something and adding more information to a topic already being discussed. Students will master these and be able to use them in everyday conversation as well as in your class if you implement them with fidelity. The next step is implementing talking chips. Talking chips allow for all students to participate in an even manner. Each student is given 4 to 5 chips and asked a question or given a conversation starter. Every time someone talks, they put in 1 chip until they're all out of chips, and then they are no longer allowed to talk. This gives kids the idea of how to take natural turns, as well as ensure that no one dominates the conversation or is left out of the conversation. Using this plus the bounce cards will produce excellent conversations. It will be a little awkward at first, but worth it in the long run as they develop great academic skills. And a bonus next step is using the academic language function toolkit. This toolkit is instrumental in helping students understand that when we're talking about different topics or using different types of language, that we need to speak in different ways. It helps give sentence frames for students to be able to approach any topic, any area of content with confidence and with the ability to speak in an academic manner. So for instance, students should be speaking differently when they're comparing and contrasting something than when they are giving information on something. This resource really helps students understand that different language functions call for different language structures. It provides sentence frames, and it also provides thinking maps in order to help support students as they're learning to navigate different types of language. I'm going to show you a couple of examples of the different functions of language and how the toolkit looks. For example, seeking information. Sentence frames are things like, I didn't understand what you said about, or I am seeking language about. Then comparing and contrasting, it gives sentence frames for how to accurately explain the difference or similarities between two things. And sequencing and ordering, it gives students the tools for how to correctly explain the sequence, including transition words. In classifying, it helps students understand how to explain different types of categories or different elements, and they're given frames in order to do that are academically appropriate. And inferring, predicting, and hypothesizing, there's specific language used. We know this as grown-ups, but students must be explicitly taught this, and this can be practiced. It's great to put bounce cards on students' desks first, and once they master it, then you can implement this idea of specific tools for different types of academic work. Students will be familiar with the bounce cards, so they'll be able to be successful here. If you would like the academic discussion resource, it's called the Academic Language Functions Toolkit, and I will post the link in the comments.